Hello to everyone who's watching this video. I'm video recording myself right now in order to present this video in a blog and respond 3 basic questions for my 3rd English course that in Ulasit is the 4th one. Okay, the first question is, what do you know as a result of participating in the class discussion that you did not know before? Maybe when we were discussing, my class partners and I learned about them, about my class partners. Some of them, I remember one girl that is from Venezuela. There is another one that comes from Colombia, and I learned about their culture in those classes. So it's not just about learning what is in the book, but of course I learned a lot about it. But I also learned about things that I didn't know before, that my class partners taught me. The teacher taught me things, and my class partners did it as well. And I hope they learned something from me as well. That would be awesome. I tried to explain them things when they didn't understand. That's part of what one can do in an English class. What can you do as a result of participating in the class discussions that you couldn't do before? Maybe being more natural and fluent in front of a lot of people. I have talked in front of a lot of people in the last 4 months, not just in class, but also out of the class, with outsider people, with friends, with anybody who speaks English. And I think I developed that in the last 2 courses, and this that is my 3rd one. I also developed it a little bit more, or I have to say that I did develop my fluency a lot in this last 4 months. So that would be speaking in front of a lot of people, expressing a point, explaining a point. Also, I developed my listening skills. I wasn't able to watch a movie in English before. I wasn't able to understand a conversation with an outsider person or a person with a specific accent. And this is when I want to tell you guys about an experience I had. In Malasit, a Japanese girl came as an exchange activity, as an exchange program, and she did an international activity, and I went to her workshops. And the curious thing why I'm saying all this is that even though she was Japanese, and of course she spoke Japanese and a little bit of Spanish, the main language we used to communicate was English. And it was awesome for me. I was so glad and happy and delighted to express myself and express my ideas and tell her about my culture in English. That is not my native language, but she understood my points. She was able to tell me her ideas about the world, about what she was doing in life, and mostly about Japan. I wanted to learn about Japan, and I still want to, and I could do it through English. So there I understood again how important English is. So I wasn't able to communicate with the Japanese accent before, and now I can do it. So that was a success for me that I want you guys to have as well, to feel, to get as well. And the 3rd question is, what could you teach someone to know or do as a result of participating in the class discussions that you couldn't teach them before? Okay, this is an interesting question. As I told you before, I always like to share what I know with my class partners, and maybe I could share with them my ability of communicating in front of a lot of people and expressing points. Maybe looking at them in the eye. That's part of a good advice I could give them. But going to the grammar, of course I would be able to explain grammar, the participles, the adverbs, the adjectives, the verbs, past, present, future. That is very basic, but some people don't understand that, and I will be able to teach them that and teach them or share with them my advices to improve their language, advices or techniques I applied in myself that helped me to improve my fluency. And those would be the three questions. You can stop the video right now. But the fourth thing I want to tell you guys is that I'm not going to delete or cut the moment I failed my pronunciation during this video. I'm not going to remake this video because I want you to know that anyone can make mistakes. And if you guys were able to understand what I was expressing, what I was explaining, that is a success, and that has opened me a lot of doors. And you guys have to understand that in Spanish or whatever your native language is, you make mistakes all the time. It's just that you don't realize it because, well, it's your native language and nobody judges you. But when you speak another language, it's more normal that people criticize you or correct you because they think that you're making a mistake. And that is very good. You gotta accept corrections. But there is a point when you are bilingual and you cannot stop in every single word to evaluate yourself if you're doing it good. You gotta flow. You gotta flow and speak more and more. And as soon as you hear your own mistakes, you will be able to correct them. But there is a point when you can do it yourself. At the beginning, of course, accept advices and video record yourself to see how fluent you are or what mistakes you make in order to correct them. No matter your age, you're still in a good moment to correct your language in Spanish or your native language and in English as well. It's never late. So those will be my advices, my experience, the three questions, and I hope you guys like this video. See you next time.